Audio.
Yo, people, what's going on? Welcome back to Saeed TV, and we are live for the Mandem talk. We're in the building. Big up, shout out to Lewis first for the raid. Love for that, bro. Come on, my guy. Make sure you follow him. Carefree Lewis G. But we're here, man. You know what I'm saying too? We're here, fresh trim settings. Faz told us. You get me? We have to be here with our fresh trims. So much so, shout out to the barber there. That we got Naji got in his trim there. You get me getting the fade in. You know what I'm saying to you? Shout out to the barber. Come on. We got Naji there, obviously. Big up to Naji as always. We got Kaz.
Yo, what you saying, man?
Naji, what you saying, man? You good, yeah?
Listen, yeah. I might be late. I might be on Black Man time, yeah. But at least I did not. Hey, actually, Kaz took his hat off. Fair play. What going for you, big man?
Nah, not today.
Why is he covering his head top? That's what I want to know. I'm late. I'm sitting in the barbershop just for the fans, yeah.
I got the beard.
I came to the barbershop for Saeed TV sample today. Yeah, we're not doing hats. Yeah. I paid money. I went on my electric scooter, came into the barbershop, yeah, just to get a trim, and you're sitting there with a do-rag on your head. Big man, take it off.
Yeah. Got the plaits. The plaits. I'm the only one with plaits. I get away with it.
Come on, let's go. If it's dead, my boy will sort you out, bro. Promise. Get to know
I got the beard.
Mr. International.
I got the beard for now.
Don't watch. My barber's international, you know. He'll sort you out.
Come on, man. Come on.
Hey, Saeed, listen. I don't want to mess up the show, yeah, because it's going to be bad noise. So if I get time, I'll come back in later. But before I go, big up yourself. And listen, people, like the video. Make sure you go support the Saeed, man. You know the vibe, man. The Mandem talk every Wednesday, 5 o'clock. And listen, if we get over, chaps, what we saying? How many likes, bro? How many likes? And we gotta sort them out, bro. What we saying? Head over to Chaps Barbers. Head over to @Chaps Barbers, yeah. And we'll sort one of the followers out, man. One of the listeners needs to sort them something out, man.
1,000 likes.
Yeah. 1,000 likes, yeah. 1,000 likes on this video. Easy, lightweight. 1,000 likes on this video. My barber will sort you out. In Mr. International, if you don't believe me, go check @Chaps Barbers. Yeah, man, seen Chris Breezy and all that. This guy, you know, this one. This guy, yeah. Anyway, I'm out. Big up Kaz for no hat show.
Love,
and
yeah,
man. Big up Saeed.
Love my guy. Love. Love, man. Big up
G in
the chat.
It's not about having no hat. Like, I've got hair, fam. Everyone knows I've got hair, bro. It's not even a thing.
Man, you got that hair, man. James Bond and that. What's going on?
It's one of them ones. No trim. What else is there to say, bro? I've got 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4, and a couple other spotlights. It's like it's dead, bro. Like I can't be bothered. It literally covers bro. I'm tired. I don't go bed till late working stuff. Dead.
Come on, man. Hard worker.
Bags under my eyes and shit, man.
Come on, man. Come on. Absolutely, man. And we also got man like Rhino in the build as well. Rhino, what are you saying, man? You good, yeah?
We're there, man. Big up to the Mandem, man. All the time.
Come on, man. Come on. Hopefully, Faz will be joining us. And also Musa will be joining us as well. Musa's coming in now shortly, people.
I've got a bone to pick with that brother's talent ID. I swear on life, I am sick to death of Musa and his players that he thinks he can rate and he don't rate. You know what? The last show was it the therapy? I wish I could have made it. Yeah, I wish I was coming back from DR Sports, innit? Yeah, and I was just hearing this guy waffle, bro. And I love Musa to bits. Alhamdulillah, like he's a great human being, innit? Like obviously, but flipping, when it comes to football, oh, the Howlers, madness, mental.
Yeah, man, it's mad. That day, I don't know, man. I think everyone kind of lost it. You get me? That was just crazy after the game. For those that were there as well, man, shout out to everybody who was there. You know what I mean? But listen, man, we have to talk, man. There's over 400 in here. Smash the like button on the video right now. Don't do it later on. Do it right now. Please smash the like on the video. But we have to talk about David De Gea, man. And he's about to get a new contract. David De Gea has agreed terms on a new contract at Man United and is waiting for it to be signed off by the club before it's announced. De Gea has been given no assurances he will be number 1 next season. So let's just say he goes on a reduced contract. Let's say it's half of what he earns now. He's on 380 grand a week now. I think it is something like that. He gets half of that's probably about 190, if that, 180. Still a lot for a first choice keeper. But Kazma, what are you saying, man? If he stays, do you generally think that we'll get a new keeper? Because I'm not sure if we will, you know.
Yeah, no, we get a new keeper, bro. Like, how do I say it? I think after that era, he had he told his agent, accept that contract. But I remember I've been doing a 50-50 thing with De Gea, and I gave both sides to what I think and what could be done. Like we tried Saeed, bro. You look at your not fan cams, but your match reaction, sorry. Bro, we've tried. We've tried to give him all the props we can.
Right.
And I'm sorry, like, I don't want to disrespect him because he's been here for what, 10 years now, yeah, 10 plus 11 years going. But it's just like his name's David De Gea at this moment, isn't it? So it's in the last 5 years, he's conceded. He's got the most errors, 13 to be exact, more than Jordan Pickford. And this season alone, the top out of all the keepers in the world. When David, I don't get me wrong, David Raya is a top keeper. He's not. I don't think he's world class. But sometimes you got to think about, you don't have world class players in all positions, anyways. And I think we need somebody like that. Anyone saying Dean Hendo needs their head wobbled significantly, bro. Yeah, because that guy is arse and cheeks, right? So for me, I think it's time to. I think he's going to get put on a phase out contract. And I hear, yeah, but how can you put? Let's say his wage is going to be 150 to 200 grand. It's not the wage that bothers me. It's the length of time that bothers me. How long is he going to get? So if it is going to be a 2-year deal or 2 year with a +1, yeah, that's fine. That's cool with me. It's a phase out. You can't just boot your legends to the side and go. Yeah, it might be a bit of a expensive option, but is what it is, man. It depends who you get rid of in the summer. That's the way I look at it, anyways. Because I don't want to disrespect my man too much. Because he's a legend for me, man. I'll be so real.
Absolutely. We got man like Musa in the building. Musa, what are you telling me? I hope you're not here.
Yeah, man. What you saying? It's sounding kind of low, though. I think it's on my end. What's good?
Yeah, man. We're here, man. We're just here to talk about David De Gea, man. Yo, listen. The fan base is not happy, you know. Look, I went on social media, and maybe social media isn't the perfect place to kind of have a talk about football, yeah? But I went on social media, man. I'm hearing if I'm Ten Hag out, if David De Gea's here next season, I'm not backing Ten Hag if he's there next season. I think ultimately it's a big decision to make if it's that for people to do that. You know what I mean? We have to give it time. But Musa, if he is here next season and he's number one, will you be happy with that? Will you think that, you know what, we can still win, we can still do things? Like, because I'm still not sure, and I'm the biggest David De Gea fan there is. But I think for me, if he makes more mistakes next season, it's going to look bad manager. And I think you have to have that ruthlessness about you. But
we're talking about someone who's made the most saves in the Premier League this season. That's a fact. We're talking about someone who's a part of the 4th best defense in the Premier League this season. That's a fact. We're talking about someone who has the most clean sheets in the Premier League. That's a fact.
That's justified, but yeah.
So my thing is, the reality is the reality. You can't tell someone. Imagine this, Saeed. You go to work. Yeah. There's 20 staff. You're the 4th best when it comes to doing what you're doing. The most saves in the Premier League means that your team's getting peppered, so you've had to make a load of saves. And then on top of that, you've kept the most clean sheets, and man's a guy knowing like you're not good enough for a top 4 side. We're only a top 4 side, guys. We're not a Premier League challenging team. We're not that. Yeah, but I'm saying this. What I'm saying is, on the route to challenging to be a Premier League side, for me, changing David De Gea is the cherry on the cake. That's when I change it. I change David when I've sorted out the icing and everything else. That's when I change him. He's the cherry. Because what I'm trying to say to you lot is this. The stats that he has got in his favour allows him to still be a part of a top 4 side. If some guys are worried that we can't win the league with him, because my thing is this, so who's made more saves than him in this season?
Bro, how about this? He's on the lowest percentile of saves.
Why are you choosing that? Let's stick with what I'm asking you. Who's made more saves than David De Gea this season?
I've just told you, plenty of keepers have. Even Aaron Ramsdale has. Look,
David De Gea has made the most saves this season.
Brother, I'm on FB ref myself right now as we currently speak. When it comes to stats, you're not going to beat me on this one then. Because if you want to do
made the most saves this season.
Bro, I've just told you, yeah. I'm literally telling you, on every stat, you want to do stats, let's do stats. On every stat, he is down there in the bottom 5 in every category except for the clean sheet one. That's it.
No, he's made the most saves. I saw the stat yesterday. He's made the most saves. We've got the 4th best. We've got the 4th best defense in the Premier League. 4th. There's only 3 teams with a better defense than Man United this season. 3. So if he's part of a defense, and there's only 3 teams,
I'm gonna share something.
If he's part of a defense with only 3 teams better than him this season, and he's got and like I said, he's got the most clean sheets. I'm not saying he's the best. Listen, guys, this is not for me to argue to say we don't need a new keeper and David De Gea is the best. What I am arguing is that he's good enough to be here next season. Why? Because I don't see Man United winning the league next season. That's it.
You're never going to win a league with him. How about that?
That's cool, but we're not winning it next year. Do we agree with that?
No, we're not winning it. We're not winning it.
So if we're not winning it next year, why would you be upset if you saw David De Gea next year here?
Because we have to move on. When Guardiola came in through the door, Musa, where were they? Yeah. They were in what?
No, but we are moving on. But I'm saying we are moving on. I'm saying because of the way Man United are and because of the defense and the players that we got, I just believe the best time to move David De Gea on is the season after next. I believe next season is David De Gea's last season at Man United as anywhere around as the first team player. I think he might get challenged next season if we buy another goalkeeper. But David De Gea being at Man United next season is not the end-all be-all for me. If I see him there the season after that with the new signings, then I'm going to be like, what's Eric Ten Hag on? But to be making this statement that if he's there next season, I'm going to drop out the manager. I'm saying no because he's got enough stats going for him this season to say he can be there next year. You see some of the...
Musa, do you want to keep lying about stats, by the way? I'll give you 9. You told me keepers that's done more saves than him this season. David Raya, Bernd Leno, Jordan Pickford, Jose Sarr, Alisson, Fabianski, Meslier, Neto, and on the same amount as Aaron Ramsdale. So do you want to keep making up stats just to back your false agenda?
It's not a false agenda. We're the 4th best defense in the league. Are we the 4th best defense in the league or not?
Is that from David De Gea or is that from the defense?
So you're gonna tell me the goalkeeper has nothing to do with us being the 4th best defense in the league?
100%, but it's about the new way of playing, son. The new way of playing out from the back. I never understood it, but you know what, Musa? You have to realize that Ten Hag has to have the new way of playing out from the back.
I agree.
And it's not comfortable.
No, I agree, but you're not going on like I'm arguing for him not to buy it. If we can get a new goalkeeper in, I'm happy for that, and let him challenge.
Musa, you told me he's got the highest saves in the Premier League, and you gave me false stats.
He's got the highest saves. I saw a stat yesterday. He's got the highest saves.
How about I'm on PremierLeague.com?
All right, cool. I'm gonna get it to and send it into the group.
All right, cool.
Stats can be tampered.
Yeah, we're moving the goalposts. All right, let's do this one then. Go on. Where is it?
Before you get that, Kaz, let me read some of these super chats. Big up to everybody who's locked in, by the way. Nate H says, extended De Gea makes no sense. Says real talk. If he's not number 1, we are going to have a backup keeper on 200k a week. Nah, bro, we are Nostalgia FC. Nate H says, quit saying clean sheets it's a team statistic. Big up to most. David De Gea equals 91 saves.
He defends the striker first.
Yeah.
That's like telling the golden boot when it's a team statistic. Stop hyping, flipping it.
Yeah, but
big up to Adiwale. He says here, David De Gea got a goal, but we need about 6 or 7 players to go into the starting lineup.
Thank you.
Striker, midfielder, keeper, right back, attacking midfielder, left back, and left winger in that order for me. And then obviously Jose says here, De Gea in the 9th in the league saves. David Raya number 1. Yo, Tyrone, big up, man.
There's
my
another
guy,
one.
Tyrone. And
There's
also Faz is here as well. Big up, Faz.
There's another super chat, Saeed, isn't it?
Yeah, big up to Knowledge Anthony. He says here, so because we are not winning the league, we shouldn't improve the team. What the F is? What kind of logic is that? We might as well keep the glaze.
We don't have the funds, big man.
Hold on. Let me hear him out.
I'm on to it. Where is that guy?
Does that make sense?
Your full stats.
Now challenge it.
Now, what I'm saying is this, Mandem. Listen, Mandem, if we get Cutter in, I'm with you lot. The guy better just bench the guy right now and go and get a new keeper in. If we get Cutter in and we got the money, but what I'm saying is, like, you started asking me a question that people are saying, if the guy is here next season, they're ready to drop out Ten Hag and not support what he's doing. And I'm like, it's not that deep.
It is that deep.
Listen, we're gonna hear everyone's opinion, bro. Let's hear the barbershop talk. Let's hear the barbershop talk. Neji, what are you telling me? What's the barbershop talk saying? What are you saying about David De Gea now? And a lot of people in the fan base saying, you know what? You know, they're not going to trust the manager anymore if he's here next season. What are you feeling?
Oh, what are you saying? Sorry, Saeed. Saeed. You know what it is? You know what it is, broski? Watch. Wait. There you go. So we're like slightly ahead, bro. So we're watching and listening to there. But you know what? Yeah, big up Musa. Musa's on point. He gets it. Yeah. These emotional firework fans are mad at the moment. Mad. All because he's
emotional fireworks.
Bro, listen, yeah. I've got no issue. I'll repeat this, yeah. Just before I have to say this, I've got no issue. Zero issue. By the way, if you're responding, I can't probably hear you because of the background noise, so apologies. Yo, turn that down 2 seconds. 2 seconds. There we go. Yeah, I've got no issue, yeah. Getting rid of the hair. No issue whatsoever. But the over exaggeration of the guy, because he's done certain mistakes that we know he's capable of, is now all of a sudden depleted everything he's done this season. The amount of times this season he's saved us when we've been playing poor at 0-0, the amount of times that he's managed to keep us on winning streaks. He has done that this season. So it's not to say he's awful overall. Yeah, I think he's had that mistake, and that's given people given the carrot to go. oh, let's go on him now because now is the right time because he's made a slip up. And people get all emotional. I've got no issue with the new keeper coming in. I even said to you, man, I've got no stress having a new keeper in and him challenging for second spot. It makes more sense. This season, right, our goalkeeper has been more beneficial than all of our strikers put together. So therefore, having seen this season overall, yes, De Gea needs to go. He's clearly not good enough. But overall, when you look at the bigger picture, yeah, if we score 10, 15 more goals, most of these games are winning anyway. And we're not looking at those mistakes as a big issue. I think with Musa, next season is the season you get rid of him. That's the point when I look at Ten Hag and say, you know what? Nah, we've got to cut it there and then. But overall, bro, like it's getting too much, man. It's getting too much.
Rhino, what are you saying, Rhino? And obviously we'll get Tyrone's opinion in there as well. But Rhino, what are you saying? Obviously now the fan base is up in arms now. You know what I'm saying, dude? It's getting a bit toxic right now. It's a sort of a sudden situation where they want something to act right now. Well, where are you in this situation now with the
whole man? Do you know what it is? At the end of the day, obviously in the long term, the hair has to go. There's no question about it in terms of the way we need to play, the players that we need. But yeah, I think we're being too overreactionary, man. Because at the end of the day, if you look at this, look at like back in Alex Ferguson days. Alex Ferguson used to say certain things in the press and then do different things back behind closed doors. We don't know what's happening. We don't know what Ten Hag's planning. Ten Hag says Harry Maguire's a great player. He doesn't play him. Do you know what I'm saying? So we can't be reacting to what we see in the press. We know we're going to replace De Gea. If he's number 2, I don't mind. Because if we're going to look at all his flaws, we might as well look at Ten Hag's flaws as well and say Ten Hag out then. Doesn't make sense. Ten Hag done so much good and he's done bad as well. He's improved our home form. He's made Old Trafford a fortress again, but our away form is awful. So what, are we going to start picking on everybody's flaws? And I agree, if our attacking lineup was better, do you know how much times, like, don't get it twisted. Look, everyone wants to get onto De Gea. I agree, he needs to go. But listen to this. De Gea has saved the Mandem plenty of times. Sometimes it's about the other way around now. The attacking line needs to save him. When he makes mistakes, we need to score goals to balance his mistakes too. Same way that when the players are not scoring and he's saving us from losing as well. It needs to work both ways, bro. Both ways.
No, 100%. Sule says here.
Hold on. Time out. Hold on. What on earth is Matisse doing here? Matisse, you made me come on camera. What are you doing? You need to get your priorities, mate. You need to. Are your hips not tired from shaking your backside for manager after manager after manager? You have fantastic knees because you've been twerking all season for different managers, and you dare even mention my manager's name on your mouth. Now, rivals need to ease off. I'm telling you, I recommend.
It's the 40 points. It's the 40 points.
I recommend. What's the TV show where you say X on the beach? Go and watch X on the beach next season when you're not in Europe. How about that? Yeah, X on the beach, because all your managers are your exes. Even Mourinho don't want to come to your club. Watch your tone before you talk about Man United. Sorry, brothers, I had to. Rivals. I had to stick it on them.
Get him in check, man. Absolutely. Sule says here, weak mentality. Our fan base, Madrid got rid of legend Casillas. He started to make mistakes. Dave, Maguire, Fred, Martial, a few more out. Tyrone,
it's a process, man.
That. You know what I mean?
It's a process, man.
You know, it's a process. But that's a good point, though, Casillas was out as well. I know he had manager problems, and that was more different. Mourinho, they didn't like him or whatnot, and they had a fallout. But you know what, man? It's getting a bit toxic now, man. I didn't see it going this way, but it's going this way right now, man.
Yeah, it is. It's actually bad because even in a couple of my group chats, I'm seeing people saying,
Wait, Ty, you can't talk without your hat off, please. No, Ty.
When Martial scores on the weekend, I'll take my hat off.
You see this fraud? I caught you fraud. Saeed, there has to be rules. Nobody's bigger than the club. Nobody's bigger than Mandem chap. Look at him trying to disrespect.
I'm laughing as well because Naji's trying to keep his composure, getting the shape up, and you couldn't.
Yeah, no, shout out to the barber. If my barber don't take that long with the shape up, I'm about to go to that barber's there, man. I'm telling you now. But go on, Ty.
That killed me. But I think what Rhino was saying is speaking actually quite a lot of sense in terms of the Mandem.
All right, listen. Hey, Ty, listen, quick time, yeah? So hear this. One brother just walked past, yeah? Says safe to my bro and slaps the hand that he's cutting my trim with, bro. Keeps me not vexed. I swear.
Boy, you're lucky. You're lucky you're only on the tash at the moment. Boy, you about to
I
say
know.
it.
The right side will get trimmed down a little bit more than the left. I can see there's a difference.
But that I was gonna say that, like, I agree with what Rhino is saying. I think when you balance it over the season, long term, we all know that De Gea needs to go, but priorities don't lie with him. However, we definitely need to bring in another keeper to compete with De Gea, because Butland's not going to see him in it. We know that Heaton's not going to see him in it. He's 42. He could be a couple of their dads. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. Some of the youngsters. So we definitely need someone to come in and compete with De Gea. But yeah, the truth is, obviously, long term, he's not the right guy. But I do agree with what Rhino's logic is in terms of the attackers haven't really stepped up. And that's Sunday. When you look at it, when the attackers aren't firing, you normally have someone else chipping in to help out. No one chipping in to help out. But on the Ten Hag as well, I had a couple group chats. I didn't respond to it. I just kind of laughed. But they were like, if De Gea gets a new contract, I'm Ten Hag out. So it shows how
Name names.
You know who, Cass, you know who, you've seen it. So
who specifically said Ten Hag out?
I'll do the initials. MG, that's it.
No way.
Yeah, so MG said if Ten Hag gives him a new contract, he's Ten Hag out. But it just goes to show, by the way.
Right now, Michael Griggs, go, everyone. Michael_Griggs, go get him.
Oh, Michael Griggs.
It just goes to show that some of the fan base are like, they're deep in. It just goes to show that some of the fans are like deep in on this thing. And the thing is as well, I think if results are going our way and we're winning them 1s and 2-1s, I don't know if the De Gea factor would be a huge thing. I know people have started questioning it, but I think because of the manager's style, right, and we know how important the style is to Eric Ten Hag in terms of having a goalkeeper like a Nana, that's what makes De Gea's like evaluation more in the limelight. Say if we had it right. So say when, for example, when we had Mourinho's or whatever, Mourinho don't play fancy football from the back and the keeper's important. So De Gea is just there to do shot stopping, which is the main attribute. So it doesn't stand out as much. But now we know that Ten Hag wants to build from the back. That's kind of thrown De Gea in the limelight even more, because it's now like, right, De Gea, the manager actually needs you to be able to do these things. And he's tried. You know what? He's tried. I've been to enough games at Old Trafford and he's tried. But Saeed, I've also been to games at Old Trafford where every game he's doing a risky pass. He's putting us under pressure. And I just don't feel like, for me, the team can have the confidence to go into next season with him still leading that back line, because at the end of the day, I've always said it, Van der Sar,
it won't improve that much.
It won't improve. Cash, this is what I'm saying. It won't improve.
Yeah. When a goalkeeper has the ball at his feet, he needs to know what kind of passes to do to relieve pressure.
Yeah, and I don't think he does. And this is what I'm saying. The goalkeeper doesn't have to be the most amazing.
That's what I say. It's a priority.
I grew up on Van der Sar, and Van der Sar was 36 or 37 when he came, but he always gave, I always say it, he always gave you that consistent 7 out of 10. He might not be Peter Cech back then and be the best in the world. However, Ferdinand and Vidic always knew that, right, you know what? If I make a little error or I do this, I can rely on my goalkeeper to save us. And De Gea, we don't really rely on. And you know what, Saeed, yeah? I know you watched that Real Madrid game last night, and someone said it. I don't know if it was in our group chat or not. You know that Benzema, when he got slipped in behind and Edison comes out and gets the ball? If that's De Gea in goal, Benzema's through and he's having a shot. De Gea's not coming out and claiming that ball. And it's little things like that I'm starting to think of now. So yes, of course, De Gea needs to be moved on, to be honest, but he's not going to be. So I'm not going to talk about whether he should be moved on or not. He's here to stay at the moment. He's going to get the new deal, but we 100% need competition.
Man, put your chest out where he needs to be, fam. He
shouldn't be here. Yeah, I'll be getting rid this summer. I would be sending him back to. I'll be sending him to Malaga or in Spain or whatever it is, Eibar or Mallorca, Villarreal. I would be sending him there, but he's not going to go. So.
Let me ask you all a question, yeah? Home or away, yeah? Even guys in the comments, bro. Yeah. Remember, I was 50-50. Now I'm 90-10. So let's put it like this.
No, you were, to be fair. You were actually one of the ones defending him a bit. Yeah.
When the ball goes to De Gea's feet, how do you all feel?
Nervous.
Nervous.
Hey, calm.
Imagine how the players feel.
Oh, no. Wilson, you're not calm, man.
Calm.
No, don't lie to me. That's haram. That's a stuff of the lot. Don't ever do that to me. Nervous, bro. And the thing is, the players are gonna feel nervous. Remember how we used to do this thing, yeah, where De Gea didn't want to play the ball to Harry Maguire because we all felt nervous when Harry Maguire. That's how we're all feeling with De Gea now. I'm not trying to say De Gea is the only problem. I hear it, but the subject is on David.
Do you know what it is, man?
You know what? I can make
Mandem.
it easy. No, man, Musa, let me ask you something, and this is for you. If we have a different keeper in goal next season, yeah? Because
I was going to say this.
If we have another keeper in next season who's competent with the ball at their feet, do Man United improve? Yes or no? I don't want ifs, buts, or maybes. Like,
yes,
we improve.
He's
yes,
got
we improve
in the league, bro.
And all he does, all he is just good with the ball at his feet.
No, because the keeper will be. We're not going to get a keeper that can't shot stop.
No, but what I'm trying to say is this. We could have. Who's the best keeper in the league?
Do we improve? Yes or no?
Alisson.
No, I just want to say something. Who's the best keeper in the league?
Alisson, I'd say.
Anderson. If we had Alisson in our team, we would have the same season again.
No,
if we had him in this Man United team now, we would be in the same position.
We wouldn't.
That's insane. That's insane.
We would.
That's
we would.
Insane.
We would.
We would.
Let me get in on this.
We would.
Let me get in.
No, fans. Let me ask one more. Let me say one more thing, fans. One more thing. So if he's saying that we would have the best goalkeeper in the league, but we wouldn't improve, you're basically saying, Musa, that any keeper that comes in is basically not going to improve us. We're talking about a top 3
with this team. Yeah, with this team. Unless we sort out certain things on that pitch, I don't care who comes in. Unless we sort out certain players on that pitch, yeah. Because what I'm trying to say to you is that, Cole, how many games did De Gea lose us on his own? Which it weren't a collective. So we're like, so let me give an example. We're like Sevilla. So he lost us that on his own. That wasn't a collective.
Yeah, but what about Ten Hag first leg? What about Ten Hag first leg in Sevilla? He cost us.
This is what I'm saying. It's a collective. De Gea has not. We have not been up. We haven't been up 3-0 up. De Gea lets in a goal, and then all of a sudden we crumble. We crumble as a team. We haven't been 3-0 up. We've been playing crap as a team, showing no confidence as a team, and then you see the no confidence, it runs through the whole team. We've been playing crap as a whole team, and then De Gea goes and does something crap.
Can I say something? Can I say something? Yeah, this is major cap, and your tactical brains need to come out after you do your super chat.
Yeah. If I hear one word about process one more time, wake up. You might love mediocrity like Peppa Pig love mud. We have to be ruthless to get back to winning. And this is the thing, Musa. I don't think you know the idea of being ruthless to get back to the top. We're just being with sentiment. You're keeping David here for one season out of sentiment. That's really what you're doing.
Yeah,
do you know what it is? Because if we get rid of De Gea, and we get a new goalkeeper in, and De Gea sitting on a bench, and that new goalkeeper starts having howlers, you lot are going to be the first people to say, "Oh, get De Gea in then." We might as well try De Gea. Let's see if that works. The first.
No, wait. You could say that about any player though. If we get a new striker like Harry Kane doesn't score goals, you're like, fuck that. Let's get Marcel back in because he can't do nothing. He can't run or something.
So that's what I'm trying to. Let me get in on this, please. Let me get in on this.
1 sec. I need you lot to
let me get in on this. Hold on. You man have spoken for. Yeah, let's look at it from both sides because it's important to see all aspects of everything. Does David De Gea improve the way we play? The bullet point answer is yes, he does. There is no questions about it. Yes, he does help us play the football that we want to play. No question. Has David De Gea cost us games? Yes, he has. Has he cost us the season? No, he hasn't. In certain games, has the finishers up front cost us games where they could have killed the game off? Yes, that's true. It's a collective. It's a balance. Leicester game, for example, David De Gea saved us with numerous shots. West Ham game, for example, David De Gea saved us from numerous shots. He's done his job, but then he's also not done his job. It is a balance. Is it important to let David De Gea go and move on to the future? Yes, it is. Do we have the money? No, we don't. Do we know who our owners and what our budget is? Any inkling at all? No, we don't. The number one target that we want, whether you like it or not, whether you want to swallow it or not, is a striker. And that's 120 mil gone. So you don't even have to question about the budget. 100+ million is just out the budget gone. Now you then look into another 45, 55 million for a midfielder / a goalkeeper. I have put David De Gea's position as second priority. Do we know that what goalkeeper we want for next season? No, we don't. Am I okay with David De Gea collecting 250 on the bench? Guess what? Yes, I am. If Ten Hag goes and buys a new keeper this summer and puts David De Gea for 250 a week on the bench, I have absolutely no issue. Because guess what? Is David De Gea better than Butland? Yes. Is he better than Henderson? Yes. So is that a better goalkeeper on the bench? Yes. So it doesn't matter. It's not like summer is finished. Oh my God, summer is finished. We didn't get a goalkeeper. Patience. You don't actually know if Ten Hag might go and get Mike Maignan. He might go and get Costa Raya. Transfer window ain't even started yet. He's just given the contract to the guy, and which is fine. They might even move him on. They might loan him. They might do anything. Loads of things happen in football. Because the most recent game, he cost us, we are now in this situation. On top of that, we have only conceded, whether, again, you like it or not, we have only conceded 2 more goals than Arsenal in the league. Well, this is a blatant fact. Arsenal's goalkeeper is clear of Man United goalkeeper. Let's go with that for argument's sake. For argument's sake, Ramsdale is clear of David De Gea. But still, they have only conceded 2 less goals. But guess what? You have Martinelli, you have Odegaard, you have Saka, you have Nketiah, you have Jesus, all contributing to goals. Okay, the most recent game, we only lost 1-0, but did Man United have chances to score? Blatant chances. Right. Yes. Did Man United score? Right. No. Are those players top-class players? Right, yes. Two things can be right. Yes, Saeed. That's exact. Thank you very much. This is exactly what I'm trying to say, is 2 things can be right. Am I happy with David De Gea starting next season? No. Do I want to go and score more goals? Yes. Be patient. Wait till the summer. If summer is finished, if transfer season is finished, and David De Gea starts, questions can be asked then. But stop all of this emotional damage now. There's no point crucifying this guy for no reason. You're crucifying this guy when the season's going on. We got FA Cup to play for, boys. If David De Gea has an atrocious season, but we win the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, and come top 4, none of you would care. None of you would care. Because guess what? Yeah. David De Gea don't go and score the goals. It's Rashford. It's Weghorst. It's Martial. It's Anthony. Them man are the ones that score the goal. Go and score some goals. Did we not score 3 against City? Yes, we did. Did City score 6 against us? Yes, they did. Score goals. Goals win you games. That's how it works. And it's more than that. There you go.
But you just missed out on a valuable thing. We're talking about if we move the keeper, how do we play? Bro, this is why I say put your tactical heads on. 1, a goalkeeper just good with his feet moves you further up the pitch, meaning the attackers are further up the pitch, meaning less work. Anyone forgot about that? Yeah.
Yeah, but Kaz, do you know what it is?
Yeah, brother Kaz, tactics go out the window when Wout Weghorst. Tactics go out the window when Wout Weghorst is 1v1 with the keeper and he can't finish. Tactics go out the window when Bruno Fernandes is having a left-footed shot on 96 minutes. Tactics go out the window when Martial has scored 2 Premier League goals in God knows how many years. 9 Premier League goals in 3 years.
Uncomfortable.
If I may just rebuttal
Anthony Martial has not scored double-digit Premier League goals in 3 years. I repeat. Anthony Martial has not scored double-digit Premier League goals in 3 years.
You just said your own words. If we get to get top 4 and everything like that, would you care if Martial has scored only 2 goals in how many games?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. There you go.
Let me land them, bro. Because when you move a keeper going back, when you're further down your pitch, you know how hard it is to get up the pitch to go score goals and how much more energy expended. Because a goalkeeper does that for you. That means Martinez go higher up the pitch. Everyone goes higher up the pitch. Yes, you might be more prone to the counter-attack, but we're talking about tactics because this is all the game is about nowadays is tactics and not individual brilliance anymore, right? There's a reason why we get goals from corners and stuff like that because a man can't even connect to his own players to go and collect a down cross. I saw what he did against Antonio. That was not a foul as well. There's more than just one error. He leads 2 errors. That's what I'm saying. You have to relieve pressure. If we had a goalkeeper that could, in my opinion, by the way, that could control his own footwork, we would control a lot more games, not just at home, but away as well, because that's how it works.
Well, in that case, wait, Cass, you make a very valid point. Your point is very valid and very fair. I'm going to go with that. How many games has Ten Hag cost us this season?
No, a few. No, he's not with his subs. A few. Of course, he has.
Has he cost us 5 games this season? Because I can name you 5.
Yeah, no, probably.
Ten Hag's in his first season. De Gea's in his 12th.
Right. So you can excuse certain things, but you can't excuse certain things. That's it. You have to find a balance.
Why are we always comparing? We're talking about De Gea. Why is it always got to be comparing to Ten Hag or comparing to? At the end of the day, we're talking about De Gea, the player. Is he good enough to be Manchester United's keeper at the start of next season? For me,
no, he's not.
Why are we always comparing or doing tit for tat?
I just feel like soon as the Qatar thing lands, Manchester United will be in the market for a keeper. I have no issue in paying David De Gea $250 a week and be on the bench, because we do that with Maguire. He makes $200 and he's on the bench. I burn through the money if we get Qatar. Burn it. It don't matter.
Let me bring Andy in. I want to bring Andy and also Neji. I want to bring Neji in as well. But Adi Wali says here, we need to stop having attachment to these old players. Whoever Ten Hag wants to bring in and replace should be done. If sure Bruno Rashford is replaced with better, we should accept it. Absolutely.
True,
guys, there's 1,000 people.
But the manager's backing the coach.
We still got players.
There's 1,000 people here. Make sure you like the video, people, and make sure you subscribe to everyone. But please like the video. There's 1,000 people here. Big up to everybody locked in. Andy, you just said there he's not good enough. Give me your floor, and then I'll go to Neji next.
I would think he has cost us big time. He has cost us more this season than he has saved us. Go back to the semi-final. Did he save a pen? No, he did not. He was nowhere near any of them. And it was the kiss of death and a absolutely ball and 6 from Legos that actually got us over. That got through. He had cost us Sevilla, Brentford, last week at West Ham. There's no, like you say, no sentiment anymore. These players now, this is now the generation. He is the last of a title winning team. Him and Phil Jones, that's it, gone. Phil's leaving. The Gea needs to be done as well. I've backed him to the point, but Sunday was the straw that broke the camel's back for me. Enough is enough, man. You cannot challenge next season for a league title.
We don't want to. We're not in the position.
Let him land, Fazminder.
About winning it, not about winning it. I want to challenge. If we get a number 9, but you also need a keeper. He will not. You get a good keeper. We get a good keeper. You see games out. Well, is it losing to Arsenal? Losing last minute Arsenal. He could have got on the end of that. He could have saved it. It could have been better position for the free kick at Crystal Palace. Better goalkeeping, a better goalie would get you them extra 3 or 4 points, and we wouldn't have been in this position now. That's 4 points.
I disagree, man. I think that's a massive underhand. You can't
go on, AG.
In one breath, yeah. We're saying like a better keeper gets us 3 more points, and there may be some truth to that, yeah. Because I can see that. I think that's a small margin. But without De Gea this season, I don't think we're nowhere near where we are at the moment at the same time, given the fact we've been performing shit, given the fact that when we've been 0-0s, when we've been 2-1 downs, we've been having to hold on to leads. And then when we have got the lead, he's been keeping us big saves in many competitions.
Yep,
I don't think we're where we are right now.
So
out of respect, Andy, I agree, bro. He's got to go. I've got no issue with the guy going. My issue is with the fan base who are over extreme because they're in their feelings because of a couple of mistakes, which then fits a narrative of he's not good enough with his feet. Let's be honest, yeah? That mistake against West Ham, awful, right? We've seen him do it plenty of times. This season, he hasn't had many mistakes that bad.
Did you see the mistake against Brentford? The
Brentford
mistake.
What I'm saying to you of that ilk in terms of it.
That, by the way. What about the pass?
Let me land. So in terms of mistakes, you know you're going to get that, right? But here's my other angle. We've seen many keepers who we would deem better than De Gea this season, yeah? And I'm saying that objectively because I know some people put Alisson, Courtois, them man up there, yeah? We've seen big major mistakes from them in big time games. However, However, their teams have managed to get the result, so it's not as detrimental. I said the same. I had the same perception of Bruno Fernandes and KDB 2 seasons ago and a season ago. When KDB makes bare mistakes, giving the ball away. Bear in mind, 2 seasons ago he was the player that gave the ball away the most, but no one said anything about him because his teams are winning, because his mistakes weren't detrimental, because the system and the team that he was in was allowing him to at least be able to then recoup. Bruno was in, again, similar to De Gea. Bruno was in a situation where he couldn't actually, if he made a bad mistake, it was probably costing us a goal or a big chance, right? So we look at there and go, what are you doing, big man? Because our system and structure was off. I'm looking at De Gea, and I'm with Rhino right now. Rhino made a good point earlier. De Gea saved these strikers and give them opportunities. It's not like we haven't been creating, because Bruno's been creating. Bruno's been creating. These strikers have not been finishing. So we could have easily had a few games, mate, where it's a case of, we're 1-0 up, or we get a last-minute goal, or we go 2 goals clear, so we don't add the pressure onto us, and we're taking 3 points, and we'll go, you know what, De Gea made that mistake, but we got the 3 points. We've not been in many positions this season where we can go, De Gea made a mistake, but we got the 3 points, and that is telling of we need more of a striker this season than a new goalkeeper, because from a keeper's perspective, I thought De Gea was shambolic with his feet for the last season. This season, he's actually shown a level of improvement which shows that we can at least maintain him for 1 season. Now, whether you like it or not objectively, I'm telling you, I want De Gea gone. So even me, as someone who wants him gone, can still highlight the fact that when he was kicking short, better people, remember this, Andy, last season, everyone was saying he can't kick short, that's why he kicks long. When he starts kicking short, everyone's saying he should be kicking it long. He couldn't win. Now, if you're honest, that's what people were saying. It's ridiculous. This season, he's not been amazing. Of course he hasn't. He's shown why he needs to go, but he's also shown why we could do it for 1 season if we go and get a striker. Because I guarantee if we start challenging with a couple of strikers and forwards, we won't be speaking of De Gea too much, even if he makes a couple of mistakes. And that goes the same with any other player in any position.
It's in him to do it again. Say we keep him next season. We go to the Emirates.
Courtois makes big mistakes.
Needed something. It's in him again to do it. We're in a good
Courtois has always made mistakes as well. He made them at Chelsea. Courtois makes mistakes. It's in him all the time.
Sometimes it's not detrimental, though. They're detrimental.
Look at Alisson and Liverpool and Real Madrid.
Just to add to what Andy said,
leading to goals as well.
Andy made a very good point that having a decent keeper could add 4 or 5 points to your season, which is very true. But also having a striker that would have been fit, which is good for the team for the full season, or having a decent striker who is not a loanee and can't finish his dinner, having a decent striker who scores 2 or 3 goals more would have given you at least 10 more points, without shadow of doubt. Without giving,
which is more stronger. Let me ask you a question, man.
The striker. The striker's more stronger.
Okay. Let me just get these super chats because I want to ask that question. Multi TV says De Gea saved us, but he's also the cause of why he needs to save us. He is at fault to why he has to block shots. And he says Moise was the biggest fool in Manchester. Now it's De Gea. And Adiwale says stop defending these old players. All of them have mistakes, including De Gea. He should go as well. But I'm gonna ask you that question on which can you sort out more? And maybe I'll start off with you right now. Sort out the striking issue or De Gea, because at the end of the day,
it's definitely, sorry, bro. It's definitely the players on the ground, man. Because think about it like this, in my opinion, our defense to midfield is disjointed sometimes. The brilliant midfield that we had of Casemiro and Eriksen hasn't been doing the midfield job that we needed. We've been getting bossed about in the mids. So if our defense is disjointed to the mids, it doesn't even matter what's happening behind there. We have a keeper distributing to someone like, let's say, Maguire. Maguire can't penetrate any lines. Then what do? So what? We fix the keeper, and then we get more goals with the players on the pitch finishing their dinner. People like Bruno, who are irate, creating the most chances, but not getting people on the end of it so he can get the assists, hitting the crossbar 1-on-1 with the keeper. Rashford shooting it, not passing it. All these things matter, you know. These small margins of these little 1-0 nicks that we can get, it matters, man. For me personally, I think it's the players on the mid and the attack more important than the keeper still.
Before I bring you Tyrone, this because obviously you're a big Martial fan, so I want to hear your opinion as well. Big up Samuel Twitter says, yo, I've been missing streams. Come on, bro. It's all love, man. Bro got the whole crew. Yeah, man, this is Mandem talk, my brother. Still arguing about the error. He's actually not good. Besides Hollywood shot stopping, what else does he do as a key goalkeeper? You Mandem do with the error. And Nedu, big up my guy Nedu, says, I actually cannot believe y'all are back in De Gea after his howlers are critical moments. Yes, keepers make mistakes, but De Gea literally cost us the Europa League and has put us in a difficult possible to qualify for top 4. That is a bit harsh at the end, but I get that.
No,
I get that.
What I called him about a month ago, I called him he is a top tier bottle job. Like literally, he's a professional bottle job. Like this is what we talk about. Like we're talking about when it comes to game moments. That super chat is right.
No, but Cass, look at this. If you take away Rashford's scoring, who is the next top scorer in our team? I swear it's Bruno.
Brother,
like
Bruno.
Let me tell you.
And Bruno's under 10 now, right? Come on, man. We can't rely on just Rashford, bro.
If we blow the top 4, do you drop him for the FA Cup final?
Are we talking about the team or are we talking about a single person? Because as far as I know, we're talking about one single person. Because we're going to get on the team. Oh, we can do that. We can go pound for pound all day long. But we're talking about one person. This guy, he's a serial bottle job, bro. And it's true.
Stop crucifying the guy, man. You don't want to crucify him.
No. I think.
Crucify him. It's just it's one mistake too many with certain Man United fans. I've seen it over the years. I remember his debut against Manchester City in the Charity Shield in Zeko. 25 yards out, he went. That was in him from day one, and it's there, and it's there up till last Sunday. Long distance shooting, he cannot handle. Brentford as well.
He's number 1.
Yeah,
it's emotional.
Let me bring in Tyrone in this as well, because I want to ask the question. Let's see, we're going to go around. Neji, you gave zero context as to why people are critiquing his kicking. When he kicks it, it goes out for a throw. When he kicks it short, it's the defender that's under pressure. Zero awareness. And Samuel Tway says the error affects the way we play in a negative way.
Nonsense.
We will never be able to control games with the error. I'm going to get you back at it, Musa. But Tyrone,
that's a great comment. That's a great comment. Because if you look at the replay, Saeed, when he let that goal in, you see the look on the United players looking forward to that. You see Malacia going down on his knees. Like, oh, come on. How does that affect the rest of the players if they see that?
Yeah.
It does affect the other players.
Yeah. I'm going to ask you a question, Tyrone, yeah? At the first 20 minutes, United are absolutely destroying West Ham. First 20 minutes, it's all good and rosy. What do you think the mentality is from there if David De Gea makes that mistake? Does that affect the strikers that are on the pitch? Or should the strikers have the mentality to keep going? Like, that's a good question, because...
No, 100%. If you're an elite footballer and an elite sportsman, you should have the mentality to say, right, when my chance comes, my chance is my chance. De Gea is not there. No one's around me. That's my chance to bury. However, I feel like as a team, right, what it does is that it doesn't affect players when it comes to taking their chances. We didn't take our chances. Anthony had his chances. Martial had his chance. Rashford had his chance. However, when it comes to it, when you just said it perfectly, every game we start well is 20 minutes. We don't score. We don't do this. I'm not saying De Gea costs us every goal, but on Sunday, for example, obviously, Sunday. But what it does is when you're playing so well for 20 minutes, is that it knocks the whole team's confidence, because then they've played well for 20 minutes. Yes, they've not scored. Look at Man City yesterday, for example. They were popping it around for 20 minutes, but then obviously they conceded and kept going and got back in the game. But when you're a team player, right, and you're playing so well and then De Gea makes a mistake, naturally, of course, it's going to suck a bit of life out of you, because you're like, right, do you know what? We've been playing so well. The only shot you basically had to save, you've let in. But then it's on the players to then pick themselves up and say, do you know what? Let's continue doing what we were doing in the first 20 minutes when De Gea didn't have to touch the ball. But the players are not able to do that. So some of the blame has to go on the players. As soon as we concede, these players on the outside of outside of De Gea, they haven't got the mental capacity to do that. I was saying on Sunday, Saeed, on this show right here, when we played Leicester away, is that perfect example. When Dalot done a slide tackle and the ball goes out, you see him and Martinez and Varane all like fist pumping, doing the energetic thing. They haven't even got that right now, because there's no Varane and no Martinez to even pick them up. There's no leaders on that pitch right now. Bruno is the captain on as the captain, but he's not a captain's captain. Do you get what I'm saying? So
I hear you on that one.
The players don't have that mentality of, right, you know, we're 1-0 down, let's pick up and go again. I just feel like, you know, Bruno said at the start of the season, when we went 1-0 down to Brentford, the same habits crept in. We just think about last season, what we used to do. And I just feel like Manchester United played well for 20 minutes. And as soon as SHIT hits the fan, we don't have that mental capacity to get ourselves back in the game. And that's a problem that Ten Hag's got to sort out as well, because we shouldn't be able to do a game plan for 20 minutes, concede, and then we just go back to basically playing Ollie ball is what people call it. So for me, it's not consistent enough. Obviously, we can moan at De Gea. De Gea needs to go, I get it. But also the players on that pitch need to improve. Like Rhino said, Casemiro and Eriksen, we've not seen none of them really delivering. The attackers haven't delivered, but no one's chipping in to help out. There's a problem from the back to the front. And you know what? Ragnick said it. We probably need 8 or 9 players. He was
Facts. Right. 100%. Before I bring you in, Musa, because I want to ask you the same question. I'm gonna see what your response as well to that. Take away Rashford goals and the team. So take away Rashford goals and the team will find goals. Stop this talk about the strikers not being balling out. De Gea, Man City won the freaking league without a striker. Arsenal has no striker because Jesus is not a striker. He goes as followed here. Nadu says Rashford literally looked at bald Ollie. Like, do you see this shit? I'm disappointed in Musa and Neji. De Gea has to go. And Mohamed Shiraz says, understand De Gea is not a modern keeper, but strikers are not scoring at all. If we are scoring more each time, will his mistakes this amplified?
Can I just say one thing, Saeed? Because Neji, I know he's obviously getting his trim in that, but he said earlier, and it stuck with me. He goes, if we had a different goalkeeper this season, Man United would not have improved. That's what he said earlier. Well, why are we wanting a new keeper this summer, so we wouldn't improve then? Because if we had a keeper last summer, I'm not saying that Ten Hag would have got one, but the truth is we want a new keeper this summer to help us improve, to help us control games, to help us play our style of play. So for Neji to say, oh, if we had a new goalkeeper, we wouldn't be any different now, that's basically bollocks, because we will want a new keeper. If we had a new keeper, we would have controlled games better. We would have been commanding our area better. We would have been relieving pressure better. We would have played a higher line, like Cass said.
I think it was me that said it.
Sweeping out and coming out. So for me, that conversation what Neji said is
it was me that said it.
We had
I think it was Musa that said that.
It was me that said it. But the reality, you know why I said that? The reason I said this, Saeed, and this is the reason, is this. These players, when we talk about Man United bringing in a new keeper,
it might not be a massive improvement, because we do need to improve the midfield and attack, but it would be better. That's what I'm getting at.
No, but my thing is this. When we talk about bringing in a new keeper, we're only thinking of the positives. When we thought about bringing in Sancho, we only thought of the positives. When we think about bringing in Anthony, £90 million player, or whatever, we only think about the positives. We never envision as a fan base a player coming, having a difficult start where it's so shaky, it's squeaky bum time, and now we got to back him. Now we got to say, cool, we've got a new goalkeeper. He's made 3 consecutive mistakes. That's cost us, but he's new and we have to back him. What the fan base starts doing, they start calling for him to be dropped and bringing someone else up. And that's the problem. We're only envisioning bringing in a new keeper and it's going to be better. But what history tells us, when we got rid of Schmeichel when he left, we took ages to replace him. What history tells us, when we got rid of when Edwin van der Sar left, it took us ages before we ended up with him.
Let me stop you there, Musa. Let me stop you there, though. But we are in a better position now to replace De Gea more than ever.
We're not. These players throw you under the bus. These players have not saved De Gea. How many times has he saved them? They will throw you under the bus. These players have thrown him under the bus. How many times has he saved them?
Musa, let me stop you there. You can't compare that time. You can't, because then...
No, but this season, how many times has he saved them this season? How many times have we all come on this live? How many times have we come on this live? How many times have we come on this live and we've all said, De Gea saved us first half, De Gea saved us first half, De Gea saved us first half? How many times? And then, my thing is this, but what I'm saying to you is this, when big teams, you see yesterday when Man City were all over Real Madrid, they were all over them. Madrid couldn't breathe. And then when they scored, you should have seen Carl Walker's face. He was fuming. But you know what? They were fuming to do something about it. When De Gea let the goal in, instead of our players being fuming, like, you know what, let's go and back our man, let's save him, they just threw him under the bus. It's, what are you doing, bro? Go and score a goal. Make it 1-0. Make it 1-1. Make it 2-1. Save our keeper. They don't do it. They never pull it out. We end up losing. Think about it.
Conversations. Uncomfortable. And this is
they're not on it.
One logic. Manchester United fans love to plaster a face of a person in a prison outfit.
Yeah. Blame game.
Wait, blame game, guys. We have to find
they threw the guy under the bus, Saeed. They threw him under the bus. You lot have thrown the guy under the bus. You've all had. You all thrown him under the bus.
Thrown himself under the bus.
You threw him under the bus, Andy. You threw him.
So how come? So you wanna listen? That why is David De Gea always the topic of conversation? At least the guy is there saving us in certain games. Where's the guy who's supposed to be the glue? Where's the glue? Where's my glue? Where is my glue? The paper glue. Where's the super glue? Where's the gorilla glue? Where's the duct tape?
That's what it is.
Can I have a say quickly? Because you talk about why we slating a player like David De Gea crucifying when you do it to Marcel week in, week out anyways, when he's been injured all season. How about that then? Okay, talk about these players throwing us to the bus. How about De Gea's throwing the club under the bus as well at the same time?
Oh my Lord.
Sevilla was coached by Ten Hag.
Oh my Lord.
Stop this.
Let me.
You're going too far there. What do you mean?
He talks about De Gea saving us. How many times have we come on here and said Rashford? How many times have you saved our ass this season? Not De Gea, bruv. Rashford, fam. But I don't hear that.
Rashford is. How many times has De Gea saved us? So Rashford only goes on a counter attack and scores on the other side after De Gea saving us. How many times?
You lot are just moving goalposts whenever it suits you to do this, bruv. Because you can talk about De Gea, but how about the whole team then?
No, because everyone here has agreed Manchester United needs a new keeper. We all agree. But what some of us are not prepared to do is throw De Gea under the bus when he's only got letting 2 less goals than the guy that's fighting for the Premier League title at Arsenal. We're not going to throw him under the bus.
Kaz, let me ask you a question. Hold on, Kaz, let me ask you a question. Who's your favorite? All right, hold on, Kaz. Who's your favorite keeper in the world?
Right now, probably Magnon. Probably.
If that guy was in net, what position would we be in the league?
Probably closer, probably a well above third right now.
All right. And who's your favorite striker in the world?
Benzema.
Okay, if he was in our team, what position would we be? Well, there you go. Conversation has ended, bro. Conversation has ended.
Yeah, but we're talking about getting better.
Allow it, man.
Imagine being big Manchester United, yeah, paying a keeper 350 grand a week just to be 4th choice of Spain.
Stop pocket watching.
Whatever,
stop pocket watching because I could watch Sancho's pocket. I could watch Martial's pocket. But stop pocket watching, man.
He's always going for them too. Let me get super chats. Samuel Toy said the error does not play for Spain. Why? Because the guy can't play with his feet. Spain are known for controlling games. Proof is in the pudding. Adiwale says here, Rashford has 100 shots on goal in the Premier League. Most of those shots should be passes. We praise Rashford for goals, but don't check on him on other parts of his game, which hurt the forwards. Knowledge Andy says, I think Wolves is living in Ollie seasons. Man wants to give De Gea all this credit when Sandro Varane saved him so many times this season. And Adiwale says 100 shots for 16 goals is horrible. You know what though? I want Naji's opinion back on this. I want to hear it, and also Rhino as well. I want you to come on after him as well. But Naji, where is it? The psychological? Is it psychological from the strikers can't finish their dinner, or are we just looking at? Are we micro looking at now? So hey, too much now. We're looking at him too much. You there?
2 seconds, broski. Send it mute now. What's the question in the sense? Because I got it in the background as well. So sorry for a poor stream. But ask the question one more time, please, bro.
So obviously we're having a debate here about strikers not scoring their goals and not doing their bit. But then you got De Gea as well, obviously making errors and whatnot. Is it more amplified because the strikers are not scoring their goals, or is it psychologically the players are just shot and they're like, you know what? Every time we're doing well, De Gea's making a mistake here.
I don't believe that last statement of every time, we do well, De Gea messes up, because it's not every time. I think that's an over-exaggeration based on an emotion. I'll be honest. because people are sick of the guy. So, you know, like, have you ever been to, I don't know, if you go to work here, you've got that one guy who's your manager, and then you don't rate him, but you can bide your time. And then you go, you know what, he's an all right manager, but he's not my guy. But then over the year, over the periods of time, the guy, every little thing the guy does, if he looks at, if he breathes, if he sniffs, it pisses you off. And you go in with it with the same energy, as if like he's done you wrong. I think that's what's going on with De Gea right now, if I'm being honest. Like, I'll be honest, the whole team as a whole, I think given De Gea makes mistakes, given the fact De Gea makes mistakes, I think De Gea would have made a lot more mistakes this season if this was last season. I've seen a level of improvement into playing out the back. See you later. In terms of him playing out the back, in terms of him being able to actually make them passes. Like, there's been plenty of passes people go, raw, he can't do that. Or I get nervous when he's on the pass, and he makes the pass. But no one gives him credit for it. So already in their conscious, they're not even balancing it out. There's no balance. And the reason is because you just don't like the guy, because you've had enough of him. That's fine. But those who are anti-emotional firecrackers, who can still have an objective conversation, I've looked at De Gea. Bear in mind that I've already said this season, we get rid of the guy. No problem. That's my preference. We can get rid of him. If possible, we can get Mike Mangan, then I'll get rid of him. So I've got no issue with getting rid of him. So when I'm talking, I'm not talking from bias. I'm talking objectively. This season, I've asked this guy, I said, can he make certain improvements? And I've seen him improve his game. Is it enough is the key word? Has he done enough? No, of course he's not done enough. But overall, I've seen enough improvements to go, you know what? You aren't as bad moving forward next season. However, I still feel we need to get rid of you. Because the bigger issue, like you were saying, Saeed, is moving forward. If we scored an extra 15, 20 goals this season, I dare say we'll be focusing on most of the keeper's errors. We wouldn't be doing it. Why? Because when you win, you don't feel as bad. You can't pinpoint it on someone who's got a narrative above their head. That's standard. That's what we do as fans. You can't do that. That's what it is. He's not that bad. He's not great. He's not that bad.
But so also, it's not that bad. But we need to be good. Big up to Alex United. Big up to you, my guys. Goes no build-up play whatsoever. Look at Ramsdale and Edison under pressure can beat the press by themselves. Team press David De Gea deliberately. He's a liability. And big up Nedu, my guy, says if we had a better keeper, we'd be in third. Faz. What do you mean not having the glue is a problem? Imagine having a keeper that makes the coach rethink his philosophy while also costing us points, and he's still back him. That's the P for me. I'm going to give that as the last question. Will
what a joke! What a joke! And imagine when you glue a warm up is getting unstuck. Your glue at warm up is getting unstuck. Your glue is telling, I want to play. I'm begging you against Everton. Let me play. And he's unstuck again. And then when he finally decides to come back, he's dropping 6.2 out of 10s. 6.2.
Okay, so
but
I
hey,
get it.
that's uncomfortable for some of you.
We get it.
Right,
that's uncomfortable.
Let me ask you a question.
Because
I don't want to. We want to have Martial Day. Martial Day will come, and I've done debate shows on Martial, but that will come on that day.
Yes, don't worry. When it comes to Judgment Day, I'll be there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, by the way, I'm not for Martial either. I was there, but I'm not feeling it no more.
Yeah,
I'm finished with Martial. That's my
Cass has hopped back and forth with Martial about 4 times this season. About 4 times. Thank you, Ty. Thank you.
I've been like that with a few players. I've tried to give Sancho time in my head as well. I'm thinking, is he going to be? I don't think so. Martial, same thing. Don't think he's going to be. Man United, we need better. We're known for strikers.
Diallo ripped him up.
But when he was there, everyone weren't saying that. When he was there, he weren't saying that. This is what I mean about the fan base. When he was there, no one was saying that. When he got sent out on loan, no one was like, oh, what is he doing? Don't send him out on loan. We need Diallo. Nobody was saying that.
He's probably done his
I hear you.
I said that still.
In the playoffs.
Yeah, Neji's been on him.
He's in the cup. Yeah,
Neji was on it.
Final squad, Diallo.
Yeah. Let me just read this super chat, and then we're going to go round for the last question because we want to wrap it up as well. Adiwale, big up my guy, says, gonna laugh at whoever the strikers next season when they struggle. Rashford and Bruno are shot first players. Most of Bruno's creative chances are from balls over the top, which Kane can't run onto, and set pieces, which he takes most of them. And I think, 1 second, it carries on saying, Faz, how many chances does Martial really get a game? Whoever plays number 9 next season will suffer regardless. Haaland gets 6 chances per game, and then I think Nadu says De Gea saved us in situations. This is his freaking job, but we need a better goalkeeper who's good with his feet. Last question, I want to go round to everyone. Will David De Gea cost Ten Hag his job next season? No. But that's what a lot of people are saying. Hold on a minute. It's not my question. That's the consensus. Everyone online, what I'm seeing, that's the consensus. For me personally, it's ludicrous. It's a team effort. But next season, if he is number one next season, Kaz, will that be the kind of almost a downfall of Ten Hag? Or do you think there's more to it?
I'm telling you now, yeah, if that's the case, then there's going to be a riot at Man United if he gets sacked. I think every Man United fan that actually watches, goes to games, or has a logical brain can see what that man's trying to do for the club and what he's done currently for the club. So imagine putting a stable... If a player is going to cost him, it's not going to cost him the job. He's just going to get rid of the player and go get another one.
Yeah.
It might cost him, but it won't cost him his job, because if he's costing his job, then it's evident to see that it's the player costing the job, not Ten Hag. I think that I don't think so, man. I'm defending Ten Hag with everything. Same
mate. I think privately, De Gea is done privately, but he has to put on a united front until what happens in the next few weeks is clear. And when we strike Vegas gold, you can do whatever the goals in Vegas does. Be ruthless, get him gone.
No manager's going to come out and not defend their player, because if you don't defend your player, and you've got, like Andy said already, we've got a cup final in 4 weeks. He's not going to say, I don't want De Gea to stay when you've got a cup final in 4 weeks. No.
But the difference is, if everyone supports the manager, then they have to support his decision. If he believes that De Gea is the player. So if he plays De Gea next season, regardless of who he buys, because when he defends De Gea, he doesn't just say, yes, that's my man. He starts to bring out stats and statistics to why that's his man.
That's true.
So he starts to do that. So then people have to get on board. So if Erik ten Hag buys another keeper and still plays David and as his number one, we just have to keep it moving in and just forget about it. Because I don't get the vibe that he doesn't like him.
I don't think we can think about it, but you can criticize it.
He doesn't hate him. He doesn't hate him.
Nobody hates
David. They've had a conversation. They've had a conversation from Sunday, and he said, and I would think we're going to have to look at this between you and me, David. We're going to have to look at this in the summer. But for now, you're still my number one. But this has to be reevaluated in the summer, in the next few weeks. You're either going, or you're going to be a number two sitting on the bench earning quarter of the wage packet you're earning now.
Yeah. But I think also there's an extent where the club has failed him, because when we had Romero, we could have taken him out of the firing line and played another keeper. And whenever we've done that, we've come to realize how much we have missed him, and we've thrown him back in. But when you're in there where you're maybe underperforming like any player does, outfield player, when does he get pulled off? Where's the other goalkeeper so that De Gea can come off then, everyone?
You need to realize, just one last thing, because I need to dip as well, me and Ty.
Yeah. Let's get the last
people need to realize Ten Hag ball is not counter-attacking, bro. How you seen Ten Hag?
It's a hybrid.
It's Ten Hag's football. Anyone that's watched any sort of ball, whether it's Champions League or even in a Dutch league, go tell me where he's played counter-attacking ball. Come on, man. Use your head, bro.
I think the biggest... I have to agree with Kaz in this one, in the sense of, Ten Hag's got a style of football, and again, I'm just going to put it down to a keeper. I'm going to put it down to the whole 11. I've always said the spine is the most important of any team, no matter what formation structure you use. Yeah. So when you haven't got the players around you to maintain your style of football, you have to switch up and adapt. Any top manager can't sit there and say, I haven't got the players. He's got to get out there and perform. He's got to find a way to get a tune out of these players. He's done well enough so far to get as a trophy, get into the finals, and we've played so many games more than most teams this season. I think he's maximized what he can do with this squad and this depleted squad. So for me personally, he's had to adapt his style, but still have the foundations of what he wants to do, i.e. when he's going to press, it's still the same trigger points. I still want you to do X, Y, and Z when you're pressing. If the ball is in certain area, if the fullback area, whatever, I need you to press as the first trigger man, second trigger man, etc., etc. However, in terms of him being able to play on the ball the way he wants to, and when the ball's in our half as a keeper, that's where it's going to start being difficult, because he needs not just a new keeper, but he needs, again, another 4 or 5 players, and then players who can come off the bench and maintain that style of football. That's why I'm saying right now, for me personally, the takeover is the biggest part for us, boys. Because if we don't get a takeover, I know people want De Gea gone, but let's be realistic. Unless you're going to trade, and I think Musa was aligning to this, if you're going to bring a keeper in who's good with his feet, who can make 5-yard passes, 6-yard passes, 10-yard passes accurately, but the players on the field still can't get the job done, because if they can't get the job done, even when we're creating chances with a poor goalkeeper, How are they going to do it when they've got a better goalkeeper and they're still missing? Because the team and the formation has to be bang on. It makes no sense. And then I predicted, and I'll finish on this year. I said in pre-season, in the space, pre-season just gone. I said, mark my words, and I retweet it every now and then it happens. This season, you are going to need De Gea because this team can't play Eric Ten Hag football just like that. It's not going to happen. There's going to be mistakes, and you're going to need a keeper who can save. Fact. I mentioned it. No one wanted to hear it because, we can't play Ten Hag football. How do we know better than what Ten Hag football is when quite clearly he's showing that he's having to trust him and he's deserving at least to stay as a number 2? It makes more sense for me. So, yeah, we've got to get new on the new owner situation will determine whether we can replace him like for like. Because if you're going to replace the kicking, no problem. But make sure you also replace the saves, the reactions, and the big-time moments that we need to keep us in games. Because if we can't do that and you're telling me you've got a 5-6 yard kicker with a ball, that to me is a regression. That makes no sense to me.
Facts. You know what? I think we're going to have to wrap it up on now. I think Naji's perfectly summed it up. Yeah. I'm going to read the last couple of super chats. Eric says, every top club in great defenders, Maguire and Lindelof ruined De Gea, causing all of this. We need better strikers and wingers up front. Big up to you, my guy, Eric. Nedu says here, players including De Gea will cost Ten Hag his job. If Ten Hag doesn't sell David De Gea, will get another keeper next season. I'm looking at him funny. I'm already looking at him funny right now anyway. Aslan says, who improves us more, a goalkeeper or midfielder? It's a trade-off. Listen, I think that's what I'm saying. It's a squad. We need a squad, guys, and we need better. Quality. But listen, people, this has been probably the best Mandem show today, I reckon.
This Ten Hag conversation needs to stop. People are so freaking childish.
And I was bleeping at the telly, so that's why a message get me on.
That's it, man.
Just quickly, stop this thing about questioning Ten Hag. I don't know how you lot want to constantly change relationship from manager to manager. I don't know if you guys are married, but you guys will struggle with a marriage because marriage, you need to go long term. You need to stick it out to the mud. If the Ten Hag said Ronaldo's his guy, shipped him off. Maguire's his captain in the bench. He says Martial is the glue, doesn't start him. You man need to chill. The guy is doing what he needs to do best to get results.
Your marriage experience, Faz. I love that.
Yeah, you have to stick it out to the mud. You have to. Yeah. I've been locked down 10 years. I know how it is to be.
And the gay is the groove.
You don't need to chill. And if Ten Hag, what if Ten Hag phases him out next season and you're already looking at him funny? You need to be patient. Manchester United fans ain't got no patience. They want to challenge and win Champions League next season. Be chill, man. Stop questioning the manager all the time.
De Gea is the loyal little pet dog. You can't do anything yet, but you're going to upgrade to a better dog next season, or you stick with him out of loyalty and love. But it's going to.
What did they say about dogs? What about old dogs? You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Maybe that's
exactly.
There you go. Look at that, man. You got marriage counselling. You've got dog talk. We're all having it today. Barbershop talk at one point. Listen, man, it's all been mad. That's been a Mandem talk. Please smash the like button on the video. We've had over 1,000 people in there throughout the whole video, man. So love to everyone. Big up to Rhino. Make sure you go follow Rhino on his socials as well. Make sure you go follow Sunshine47, man like Naji, Barbershop Talk as well. Make sure you go follow Never a Foul. They're live actually right now. It's going to read.
Yeah, going live straight after this, man.
There you go.
Thank you for having me always. Big up the Mandem as well. Big up Andy. Good seeing you as well. And, love to everyone as well in the comments, man.
Absolutely. Big up Junior here, member of the channel. Big up Mandem. Great stream today. Quality. Love. Andy Tate K Mini was like, give me that link. So big up Andy Tate as well. We're here. We're live and kicking. And Faz, now, marriage counselor. If you need any counsel about marriages, come and see Faz. Faz, we got marriage talk. Maybe he's going to, have a little situation with Martial. Maybe Martial. You know what I'm saying? But listen, people, we're out, people. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow for the calling show tomorrow, people. Take care, bye-bye.